right, good morning, friends. So I was up early this morning. What time did you wake up? Leave in the comments. What time do you normally wake up? It's always an interesting question for me. Always an evolving answer. That's good. That is mint and rose. So, before I start to orientate myself towards the kirtan today, I have been working on Peons 2, which is coming out into the world. As soon as I get through the work that must be done. And something happened with Peons 1. So this poem was written for this book, but this poem, The Space Between, commissioned by and for Debbie Ann Boss, never actually made it into the 37 poems of this collection. So there actually should have been 38 poems in this collection because Debbie got missed. And I didn't learn of this until she wrote to me after she ordered Peons to be like, hey, dude, all the other poems, but mine were in there, so what happened? Well, the error was on my fault. So my process was, after I commissioned the poems for everyone, I took photos of them, kept those photos in an album on my iPhone, and then I mailed the original copy off. Now, with Debbie's poem, I somehow omitted to take the photo on my end, so after the poem got mailed off, I lost all record of it until after Peons 1 was written. Debbie sent me a photo of it, and I said, well, you will be the first poem to appear in Peons 2, rather than with print on demand. I could just have added it, but I figured by that time most of the people that got the book were going to get the book. So now, as I work on Peons 2, one of my first jobs was to digitize this poem and then to put it through the process of redrafting. So I have the redraft. It grew up. It's on the rose bush right over here. I don't know. Why did I put it on the rose bush? I figure if you guys just have to sit and listen to me in a chair, we should have some action, right? Like getting up and getting a poem from a rose bush. So, I really like this poem. I like that almost 2 years later now, since this was originally for Peons 1, I had the opportunity to redraft it for the up-and-coming Peons 2. So this was the poem. You know, you should never use the word should, but we could say this was the poem that should have appeared in Peons, but due to the hands of fate and my mistake, it didn't. So it will now be the first poem in the up-and-coming Peons 2, which, let's see. Recently added. Which there are actually, I believe, 2 spaces left if you do want to have a poem commissioned for Peons 2. Thank you, Robin. She has taken 2 of the limited seating we have in the new book, but I thought when I actually did a count of all the poems, we would have 2 less than in this one, so I was very glad to open the door for 2 more commissions if that feels something like anyone wants to do. Sue took this really cool picture of a sunflower that I saw when I was in New York. So I'm asking Sue. It's Elizabeth Sparks. She took the picture of this very brave and bold and determined sunflower coming up through a summer sidewalk crack. And I was thinking it might be cool to have Sue appear with a sunflower. Reader weed photos. We'll just keep it consistent. Okay. So without more ado, I have the original poem of The Space Between, a poem for Debbie Ann Boss, and this morning I just did a rewrite, which I'm not going to read the old and the new, but most of writing, as I tell my students in my writer's retreat, most of writing is rewriting. So, and if you would like to do my writer's retreat, I do have a date set. I believe it's October 11th, if that's a Monday, through the 15th. It could be a day off, but mid-October, we are having the 12th holding of Writing Your Dreams True. I said no more ado. So, all right, here's the poem. The Space Between, a poem for Debbie Ann Boss. There's a place we all go after the doings are done. The children are now raised, but too busy, living some life far away to come out and play. The students I've taught have now become teachers. Kids who once asked me how to tie a shoe are calculating interest rates, teaching their offspring how the rabbit lace goes around the tree and its hole where order is brought from the chaos of birth. There's a way you walk toward a doorway when you know it will be for the last time. Such is the way when wandering earth, where timing is the fourth dimension and changes all it touches. This place is more real than the mountains, but you won't find it on a map, though you may find it anywhere. This place is empty rooms and silent phones, classrooms with teachers who don't know your name. Purpose comes in parading and prevailing, potent and crawling, and you lied the lion of your youth like Durga dancing atop her tiger. But be careful. Where she leaves you might be on some fringe of what has been. And when that happens, you might reach for the hands of ghosts who have already drifted out with the fog. And there is fright in the frozen feeling you'll be left with. And deep freezes carry the solemnity of forever. But sometimes it's not forever. Sometimes it's just September being dramatic again. And so you take a deep breath and reach for something warm and caffeinated, and you notice a variation in the light through the window and feel that pulse of something crawling in the periphery, and you sense that this is a place you know from many visits and have known for a history of 1,000 returns, where you sat while waiting, certain and serene, sure that everything will mean what it was meant to mean again. Enjoy the canning. Robin. Okay, so the first poem for Peons 2. And while we're here, I'll read one from Peons 1. And again, which is now, a stack of papers is now on my front burner. Oh. A hope for faith. Comfort in the chaos. This one's for, okay, we'll read one of the drafts. We'll probably do some redrafting of this from Peons 2, and then we'll read 2 from the original. So this is a poem written for you, Robin. The most surprising thing there is. The most surprising thing there is about the humans is, of course, the capacity for kindness. That brimmy, sunny sort that burns in the heart like fall fields of wheeled flowers. The kind that stops you in your tracks. The widow's 2 copper coins, the reaching out to the forlorn and forgetting where it could come from in a world where self-seeking feels so natural. Where along the way, crawling outside of the mud, did we learn to hold the delicate butterfly to our heart and release her back to the sky we gaze into, because it's the only thing that reminds us of the infinite capacity of the heart, that hard-won ability to be agile yet among the other humans, with a heart open to endless possibilities, is a forging, forgiving embrace, a helping hand, a leaving heart. is more surprising than this? What? But I can't always read my words while we're doing it live. What fortune to find it fully cultivated within someone. This is not commiseration. It is not pity. It is empowered and it empowers. It is empowered and it empowers. It is soaring as an eagle, fierce and loyal as the wolf. It races insistently to inherent mountaintops because it is something where people fall, lose, begin to tumble down, and the most surprising thing in those moments is when a light shines, a hand reaches out, a new hope is born, like a new sun in the ever-changing sky. Cool, thanks for bearing with me. So that's why I don't read a lot of the old ones. It's just my handwriting. I like to get them a little bit more reworked and then printed. I'll be sharing a lot over the next couple of weeks since this is the project on my front burner. Okay, so we'll read this one. This was written August 19th, 2022 in Kasar Devi, India. Hey guys, it's okay. Go. Let it be. It's called Depression Store, right? Depression's something, if you're human, dealt with it, you might be dealing with it now. Definitely you know someone that's dealing with it. Definitely you know someone who you don't know is dealing with it, who's hiding it now. So I think it's good to shine a light on these things. So, Depression's Door, commissioned by Marianne Hagdorm Stratton. A dark room with a closed door. Laughter outside as I hide beneath covers, behind curtains from a too bright day. Why can't I just get up and step out? What are they saying about me? Thoughts like broken records spin round and round and round. Someone scratched the soundtrack and turned the volume too loud, and I'm feeling too small to lift the needle and change the tune. The doorway is quiet and still. On the other side, kids ask where their mom is. A husband looks for her wife. Isn't it that my friends are moving on? How do thoughts race so quickly inside a body so still? And the poet answers, there will be dark days too. Days when it feels like you're rummaging through messy drawers looking for a long lost sock. There will be fears who say the same old tired things. When there's no strength to do what might help bring some relief. Remember, it's okay to feel alone and small. There are a million shut doors with someone hiding behind. It's okay to be how you are today. Hold to all that's hopeful and name the unknown. It's okay to ask for help and understanding. Everyone is after feeling that spark in the heart. It's okay to be where you are. Today, just hold your heart with both hands and know that the sun always comes again. All right, thank you, friends, for joining me from the workshop, the poetry workshop, getting Peons #2 out into the world. Sunday here at Karuna Atidlan. I had some of this last night for my dinner. Nopal. This is the ones I took. This is a really beautiful strain of Nopale cactus because it doesn't have that many prickles and the young ones don't have any. Hey, Fable. Feel free to join us. Surely we'll stream as we do the Kirtan later today. So enjoy your Sunday.